welcome to another episode of The Zog. This week I want to address something that Novabug put up on his channel today, or last week if you're watching this, because I tend to film these a week in advance to give me time to edit things. And he was saying that the 8th generation of consoles may be his last, and gave his reasons for that. And personally, I want to say that, yeah, I can see exactly where he's coming from on this, because for me, the 7th generation was pretty much the last one that I bought. I haven't got an Xbox One or a PS4 or a Wii U for that matter, because I may end up picking up a Wii U because some of the games seem quite interesting, but as I've explained before, I'm not interested in any console where the majority of AAA publishers decide that they can release a game, or release as they say, and then patch it in later and add in content they haven't bothered to program by the time that the game is released. I want to know that if I buy a disc, I have the game on the disc. Now, there is a Tony Hawk's game that exemplifies what I'm talking about here. I think it's Tony Hawk's 5, where if you put the disc in, what you have to do is download a 7 GB patch, which is actually the game. There's nothing on that disc aside from essentially a tutorial. So if you come to, and buy retro games later on, and you haven't got a chance to get the server to get the game, you have a disc that has nothing on it aside from a tutorial. That's no good. You do not have the game that you bought if they turn the servers off, and at some point they will. Servers do not last forever. I mean, I've been around since the 80s. I've seen servers for many games come and go. Why would you buy a game that you know that you can't get? You see, and then you can't complete your set because you don't have it. You have the disc, you don't have the game. So is your set complete? I wouldn't say it was, because you don't have the game. But that's why I don't bother. So I can understand why he's saying that it's his last generation, he's not interested. I personally think the VR technology is very interesting. I loved the old virtuality stuff in the 90s, and really loved that dogfighting game that they had, where you could sit in 4 arcades and fight your family on biplanes and things like that. But will I go out and get a PS4 or an Xbox One just to play their virtual reality games? Probably not. I may get an Oculus Rift and plug it into my Mac. If I can plug it into my Mac, that might interest me. But would I get a console to do it? Probably not. Because I know that if I get something on the Mac, I can then go to one of my other computers, because this one doesn't even have a DVD drive in it, and get a downloaded burn to disk backup, or even just plug in an external hard drive and back up a copy of my game here. Now, yes, you can do that with some of the consoles. You could back up the downloads and the patches and all the DLC and blah 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 blah, if you wanted to, if you want to collect, but that's going to be hard. So for me, I may give things a try, or I may not, but the fact is I'm going to do it on the Mac, or buy a big PC rig and do it that way, because at some point I'm going to have to upgrade my flight simulator. I have a flight simulator rig, and it's not top-notch, let's put it that way, but at the moment you don't need a top-notch thing to play Flight Simulator, so I've left it as it is. As you can see, I'm just getting to the point where I just don't even bother anymore. New games, there's nothing there to grab me anymore, so I can fully understand where he's coming from with that. And I have to say that I think we'll all at some point get to that point where this generation is our last, and whichever this generation is, depends on how long you've been gaming, whether you think it's still worth the expense, whether you got disillusioned by AAA publishers and all the gimmicks and tricks that they try and pull. It's ridiculous, the type of things they do. So yeah, I can understand. And I think we're all going to have to make that decision at some point. But some will get there earlier than others. But yeah, I can fully understand where you're coming from, Novabug. I have to admit that there's a lot of games that I haven't played yet and that I want to spend more time on. And that means I haven't cut out time for other games. So for me, it was the 7th generation that did it for me. That was my limit. But I understand for the 8th it's yours, and I can see why. There are some games that might be worth having a look at in the 8th generation from my point of view, so I may end up doing that. But in all honesty, the amount of stuff I'm not interested in far outweighed the amount of stuff that I am interested in, or may potentially get interested in. So I stopped a little bit earlier, but yeah, I can understand that. And I'm waffling now, so I'm going to cut this down. Okay, what I want to do now is have a quick look at a gaming haul, and we'll go from there. Well, hello again. I didn't expect to be doing this quite as quickly as I am, because I just made a video yesterday of a gaming haul, which was supposed to be for the whole one for this week, and then my other half decided that she would visit a branch of CEX in Bury while I was out campaigning for local elections, and she came back with quite a haul, so we're going to go through that, and I think this will probably be the entire gaming haul for the rest of this week. I would hope so anyway. I don't think it's a good idea to keep going out every day and getting stuff. So let's have a look at what she got. I'm going to start off with Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, which is what's playing on the computer at the moment, on my little pink station. It's so fantastic, I love it. So, very nice copy here. As you can see, it works quite nicely. And good quality manual, so I'm really happy with that. Brilliant to pick up that. Now, next up we have another one to enhance the football collection. We have Pro Evolution Soccer 2009, and it's in a really good quality case. I would suspect that this has been cared for quite well. The manual is there, and it has a little bit of a warp to it, but it looks like it probably hasn't been out of the box. And the CD itself is in good condition aside from the fingerprints. So that's pretty good. And then what we have here is a couple of very interesting games, which I've never heard of before. The Ultimate TV Quiz and the Ultimate Music Quiz. TV and Film Quiz. Now, these are in such a good condition that part of me thinks that they've never actually been played. The cases, the only marks on the cases are where I've had to take off the stickers from CEX. The manuals, as you can see, box doesn't even open very well when you open it. Manual is in very good condition, and the CD is never been played. I'm pretty sure of that. It's the same with this one. The cases don't even open very far. The manual is in great condition. I really honestly think these games have never been played. So I was really impressed with those. Next up we have iToy Play. Again, really good condition box. Now I know this one's been played because it opens up fairly easy. The manual, I don't think it's been out of the box, but the disc definitely has, because it has a few scratches on it, as you can see. So it's definitely been played, and then you can see it opens up quite wide. But I don't think anyone's read the manual, and they've just gone straight into the game. So I was really impressed with that. Now we have a rugby game. There's a collection of these, and I seem to be starting to collect these. I'm trying to get them all in a series, basically. If I can get a set, then I'm happy. Very good quality case, but it does open out very quickly, so we know it's been used. The manual is in good condition, and the disc is in very good condition too. So that's a really good find. I'm happy with that. Now, next up we have a couple of Formula 1 games. This one is 2002 and 2005. As you can see, there's stickers and problems with this, and that one's got a trade-in sticker stuck on the inlay, and then someone stuck a trade-in sticker on the back. Why? Look, guys, if you're going to run a second-hand shop, I realise that you want to gouge your customers as much as possible by branding the stuff so that they can't get a proper price when they trade it back in. But all that does is annoy people, and I really, really wish you would stop it. Just pack it in. It doesn't make your business any better, and it doesn't make anyone want to come back. So I'm very annoyed. But this 2002 one, it has the extra disc. You can see it's in the manual there, but no inlay bit, so that's gone. I need to get a replacement for that. The box has been branded, but the manual itself is in good condition. The discs are in good condition. I was really, really happy with that. And with this one, it's got the marks all over it, but the manual is in good condition, and the disc itself, yeah, it's fingerprints all over it, but it looks in pretty good shape. Okay, next up we have the first in the FIFA football series, 2001. And my goodness, the lines all over it on the front make it look a bit like a Master System game. It's an oddity. It looks like it's a fake box, but it's not. And that's weird. I'm pretty sure it's not anyway. No, this is the original. It's an odd one there. The box is in pretty good condition, even if it is worn out and a couple of marks on the side. But someone has branded the manual, and for some reason we got, again, this happens a lot with CX. Full price case, but platinum edition disc, and that does annoy me with CX. They have no care, do they? But when you're paying 5 pence for a disc, I suppose I can't really say much. But it is the first one, so it almost finishes the FIFA set. I've only got My God, I think I've got 2001 through to 2008 now, so I need the later ones, but I'm getting there with the FIFA set, so I'm happy. Then we have Dance UK. I'm sure this only came out on PlayStation 1, but here it is on PlayStation 2. In a very good condition case, aside from a bit of marking there where a sticker has had to be taken off. The manual's in pretty good condition, and the disc is rather good too, so I'm really happy with that. And I like dancing games, they're good fun, especially if you break out the dance mat. Please insert a PlayStation or PlayStation 2 format disc. This is when I'm trying to play that Dance UK game. Not sure what's going on there. I'm going to take this to CEX and have them clean it up and see if it's just a read error. Now, regular viewers will know that I got a copy of this one a while back, but it had a replica inlay. So I'm very happy to say now have a copy of SOCOM US Navy SEALs. It is the not to be sold separately boxed version, so I need to trace where I can get the rest of this. But it's in a very good condition case, and aside from a bit of damage on the manual, it's in very good condition. Plus all the extra bump is in the back, and the disc is in good condition too. So I'm really, really happy to get that, especially since it means I can replace the copy that I've got down in the collection with a proper one now. And moving on, we have All-Star Baseball for 2003, which is a baseball set. I don't have any of the other ones in this, so I'll have to get those to finish the collection off. But manual's there in good condition, discs in pretty good condition. Very happy overall. Now we're moving on. Bionicle Heroes, which means I've now completed the Bionicle set because there's only 2 of them. But really good condition box. I think this has probably been either not played much or used with a lot of care. So very good condition manual. Don't think it's ever been out of the box. Really, really happy with that one. And yep, pretty good condition CD as well. So very, very happy. Moving on. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Legend of Jack Sparrow. There are 2 Pirates of the Caribbean games. This is one of them, and I have no idea what quality it is, but it is Ubisoft, so it's probably not that great. Good quality manual, and again, let's have a quick look at the disc. Yeah, very good condition. Probably not played an awful lot, which doesn't go very good for the quality of it. Now, what we have here, 2 copies of Pop Idol. The reason I've got these is because Jen and I both look out for really cheap games, basically, so we can replace the cases on other ones. And we got 2 of these, like 5p each. But I'm pretty sure that both of these are in better condition than the copy I have in my collection. So I'm going to be looking through these, because one of them has the extra bump, one of them has a very good condition CD. And that means I can put together one very good condition copy. So I was very happy with that. And then a load of Pro Evolution Soccer. We have 4, 2004 and 5. So that beefs up my Pro Evo collection. I've got 2000 and I've got Pro Evo 2 around here somewhere as well. We'll find that in a minute. Which means that I've got almost all of the Pro Evos the same way I've got almost all of the FIFAs. Although I do need the later ones for this as well. So damaged case there, but not too bad. This is a FIFA, not a Pro Evo. FIFA 2004. Spare manual, because the Pro Evo 4 came with 2 manuals, so I've got a spare one of those. And Pro Evo 5. The cases are in pretty good condition, so I'm going to be able to make a decent set from these ones. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going through these really quickly now. Oh, here's the Pro Evo 2. So again, really good condition case. It's been treated with care, but no manual, and the case does fall open quite easily. So I'm going to have to find a manual for that one. Next up we have Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30. Now this isn't a game I know an awful lot about, so I'm going to have a play of that later on and see what it's like. The case is in fairly used condition, but the manual is here and the disc is pretty good condition as well, so can't really complain for that one. I'm actually quite happy with the result. Now this one, the PlayStation has far too many football games. Here's another one. Chelsea Club Football 2005. Yeah. Pretty good condition case, the manual and all the bump is there. Another football games, what can you say? Now what we've got here is Athens 2004, the Olympic Games game. I remember playing stuff like this on the Amstrad, like Daley Thompson's Decathlon, or Daley Thompson's Joystick Breaker, as everyone called it. You had to whack out, and then they would snap. That's a really weird number. No doubt someone's going to make a gif of that, but the manual is creased to bits. This has basically been taken out and stuffed down the side of a sofa or something like that. So, but can't really complain for 25p. Now this one I'm actually looking forward to giving a try later on. Superbike World Championship 2007. Not a game I know an awful lot about, and the case is damaged because we've got the score marks there. But the manual's here, although it's got a sticker on it because someone branded it again. Don't do that, used game sellers. Really, really don't. All it does is annoy people. It's really infuriating. So yeah, but a good condition CD, so I'm going to have a game of that later on, and no doubt I'll enjoy it because I do like motorbike racing. Now, up again we have yet another copy of Pro Evo 3, but this version has the manual and the extra bits in it, so I'm really happy. The manual is not in the best condition. It's got a couple of marks on top, but I think given that I have another copy downstairs, I can probably make a proper, full, decent set out of it. And then these ones picked up because they can be used for extra decent boxes if anything has damage. Pro Evo 4, FIFA 2002, which will be adding to my FIFA collection. Pro Evo 2008, which will be adding to the collection, and Pro Evo 5. So a couple of these will be being used as replacement cases at some point, but some will be adding to the Pro Evo set, which means I've almost got a complete set apart from the really late ones for Pro Evo Soccer. So there we are. That's about 20 games for 18 quid, so I'm really, really happy with that overall. Actually, I think there might be more than 20 there. It's quite a big pile. But either way, that's pretty good, and I'm really, really happy with that. So there we go. So, I hope you liked that. This is really all we've got time for, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this. If you did, remember to click the like button, share this with your friends so that they can see what's been going on too. And do subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But now, because this is a week ahead, I still have the local elections to deal with, so I've got to get back to planning for the rest of the campaign week. So, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you later.